What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Charlie Kean, and today I'm going to run you through a little Trainers Toolkit which Pokemon brought out a couple of months ago. These are still available in the shops, and it's a really good place for you guys to start if you are collecting and learning to play the game. And there's some very good reasons for that. So in front of us, you can see we have the Pokemon Trainers Toolkit, and there's quite a lot of stuff in here which is really cool. And this time I actually have an opening tool, because normally I struggle. So we're just going to make a little incision here. Shouldn't feel a thing. And he still struggles. I think my knife is blunt. Terrible. Okay, here we go. What can I say? Foolish. So there's the outer wrapper. But this is the Trainers Toolkit. And there's the outside, you've got the energies there. Trainers Toolkit. So how on earth do I get into this? Ah, yes, here we go. If we open this up, it feels quite heavy when you're handling it, and that's because you get some sleeves to get you going, and these ones are really colourful and quite nice. You also get this little stack of cards here. Now this stack of cards is all lots of playable cards, and this is why it's a really good place for you to start if you are looking to build your own decks. And I'm going to get into this straight away because obviously the first card on there is a gorgeous Dedenne GX. This one came out in Japan quite a while ago, and they brought it over to the UK with the UK print. Ooh, you get two of them as well. Look at this. Dun 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 dun. Just for this box. So they brought out just for this box. They are really cute. The reason this is a really good card to have in your deck is the ability. So when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may discard your hand and draw 6 cards, but you can only use it once per turn. So if you've got this card in your hand and you've not really got anything going on and you need more cards, you can play this, and then you can draw 6 more cards. Really beneficial for your deck building, and it's always worth having probably 2 in your deck to try and find them. Other cards that you have in here, and we'll go through these. Mallow and Lana. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. When you play this card, you may discard 2 other cards from your hand, and if you do, heal 120 damage. So if your Pokemon that's up front has taken some damage and you haven't played a supporter this turn, you can play Mallow and Lana, and you'll then be able to move that back to your bench, heal the damage if you discard 2 cards. Great card. Next is Boss's Orders. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. So if you're targeting and you want to attack a particular Pokemon, this one is one of your best cards. It's like I say, for the supporter cards, you can only play 1 supporter card per turn, so you have to be quite choosy. Let's say you've got your Pokemon up front that's taken damage, you might have a Mallow and Lana or a Boss's Order in your hand to play, but actually you could look at your opponent's deck and say that if they've got a main attacker that's got all of the energy attached to it, you might see that actually it'd be more beneficial to leave your damaged Pokemon out, use your Boss's Orders to make sure that that one is in play if they'd retreated it, for example, and then hit it and take it out of the game. Really useful to do. Poker gear. So trainer item cards. Item cards, you can play as many as you like per turn, which is really good, especially when you have things like this. So look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a supporter card you find there and put it into your hand, then shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So let's say you only had this that was really playable and you really needed your Boss's Orders, for example, but it was in your deck somewhere. You could search it out for that, just looking at the top 7 cards, mind you. You could look at the top 7 cards, and if it's in there, then brilliant, you can then play. Another great card, Quick Ball. You can play this card only if you discard another card from the hand, search your deck for a basic Pokemon, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So again, it's an item, really quick and easy to use, hence the reason it's called Quick Ball, but you can get any of your other Pokemon out by discarding another card. Fire Crystal, put 3 energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. So let's say you'd used Quick Ball and you had energy in your hands, you could discard that energy to your discard pile, but then the very next move with Fire Crystal, you can put those 3 energy cards from your discard pile back into your hand. You can see where this is all going. Rare Candy. Now this is an interesting one because a lot of Pokemon, you can obviously evolve them, stage 1, stage 2. Some of the better stage 2 cards, it just takes too long to get to that point. So by the time you've actually got to stage 2 Pokemon, you could have already been knocked out. However, with Rare Candy, you can choose one of your basic Pokemon and play, and if you have that stage 2 card in your hand, you can evolve it, skipping the stage 1. So you don't need to go stage 1 and then next turn stage 2. You can just straight up do it, and it's an item card, so really, really good. Energy Spinner. Search your deck for a basic energy card, reveal it and put it into your hand. If you go second and it's your first turn, search up to 3 basic energy cards, then shuffle your deck. So this is a really good way to get energy out of your deck. Again, another item card. Switch does what it says on the tin. It's a very playable and useful card. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. So let's say you've been building one of your Pokemon up on your bench, so you've got loads of energy attached, it's ready to attack, and you've got another one that's just out there, I don't know, protecting your bench Pokemon. Use your switch, get it back into active play. Tool Scraper. Choose up to 2 Pokemon tools attached to Pokemon and discard them. So if people have like extra damage or Big Balloon, is it? Big Parasol, one of the 2, or Parasol, get rid of them. Get rid of them, stop them from working. So some of them, for example, give the opponent's Pokemon extra health points. So if they've got an extra 30 health points and you are going to hit them for, let's say, 200, that would knock them out without their additional 30. Well, if you played that would take away that 30 and you could knock them out. So it's a really good card. Metal Saucer. Attach a metal energy card from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. So this is a bit like a bit of energy acceleration. So if we go back to your Quick Ball, let's say you've got a Zacian out or another metal Pokemon, and you've discarded some energy, but you've already attached some for that turn because you can only attach 1 energy per turn. Then you can use this to take that from the discard pile after you've used Quick Ball to get it onto that Pokemon. So really, really good. Speed Energy. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides electric energy, and when you attach this card from your hand to a Pokemon that is an electric Pokemon, draw 2 cards. So another good way to get cards into your hand. Welder. Again, this is a really, really good card to have. Again, it's a supporter, so you can only use it once per turn, but attach up to 2 energy cards from your hand to one of your Pokemon. If you do, draw 3 cards. So let's say you've used the Fire Crystal earlier, and from your discard pile, you've then got a load of energy into your hand. Well, because this is an item card, you can play that first, then you can Welder and attach 2 energy cards from your hand to the Pokemon. Then you can draw 3 cards, so it's a really, really good supporter to have. You would like that a lot in your deck if you're building a fire deck. Reset Stamp. Cool little artwork. Your opponent shuffles their hand into the deck and draws a card for each of their remaining prize cards. So let's say you're a little bit behind and your opponent has damaged you quite a lot. You've taken so many prize cards. They've only got 2 left, you've got 5. If they had quite a lot of cards in their hand and they're looking like they're gearing up to do their next attack, well, if you use this reset stamp, because they only had 2 prize cards left, they'd have to discard whatever was in their hand, and then they can only take 2 cards. So it's really good to disrupt your opponent from building up, and it may give you an extra turn to be able to fight back, so worthy. Ordinary Rod. Shuffle up to 2 Pokemon cards from your discard pile into your deck. Shuffle up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. So you can choose one or both. Most people will do both. You can get loads of stuff back into your deck so that hopefully you can then go and search them out later on. Pokemon Communication. Reveal a Pokemon from your hand and put it into your deck. If you do, search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So let's say your first turn and you've got 2 Dedennes in your hand. They're the Dedenes. But you don't want to put this as your active Pokemon, really, because the whole idea of this Dedenne GX is to have it onto your bench so you can draw cards. But let's say you need that you're looking for your particular Pokemon you want to attack with, you could put this one back into your deck using Pokemon Communication, and then search for whatever Pokemon that you need, but then you know that the Dedenne is still going to be in your deck later to go and find it, so you could then go and find it with a Quick Ball, for example. They're all very, very useful. Marnie, we've seen her a ton in recent videos. Again, this is a more of a disruptor card, so it could stop your opponent early doors from gaining a rhythm to what they're trying to do. Each player shuffles their hand and puts it on the bottom of their deck. If either player put any cards on the bottom of their deck in this way, you draw 5 cards and your opponent draws 4. So anything that they've started to build up goes to the bottom of their deck, unless they are able to shuffle it later using some other supporter, and they will remain there. So it's a really, really good card to use. Just have a quick look and see what other ones we've got here. Quite a lot. We'll start going through some of the same cards soon, but we'll go through a couple more of these. Oh, and then we've got some stuff to open because there's more things in the box. I've saved the best till later. Air Balloon, the retreat cost of the Pokemon this card is attached to is 2 colourless energy less. So if we look at our Dedenne card, you'll notice that the retreat cost of this Pokemon is 1 colourless energy. If, for example, this is my active Pokemon, let's put them up there, for example, and this is a Pokemon tool card, so this was attached to it, it would cost nothing to retreat it. So I could take it back to my bench with my Air Balloon and carry on playing, move something else to the active spot. So really, really useful card. And earlier on we talked about the tool scrapper, whichever one it is. So if this was attached to one of my opponent's Pokemon, I would be able to play that tool scraper and that would get rid of it. Love it. Turffield Stadium. Once during each player's turn, that player may search for an evolution leaf Pokemon, reveal it and put it into their hand. That player then shuffles their deck. Stadium cards. So stadium cards stay out in play until someone else either gets rid of it or puts another one in play. And the good thing with Stadium is that you can utilize its ability as you go through. So if you are building a leaf deck, be a handy card to have. Vitality Band. This is another Pokemon tool. The attacks of this Pokemon this card is attached to do 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's not huge, but actually if you need to hit for that extra 10 for a knockout, it could be really, really useful. Giant Hearth. Again, this is a staple for people who build fire decks. Once during each player's turn, that player may discard a card from their hand, and if they do, that player searches their deck for up to 2 energy cards, reveals them, puts them into their hand. That player then shuffles their deck. So again, it's a stadium card, so it would sit there and either player would be able to utilize it. But again, you can get more energy into your hand, then use Welder to attach to your Pokemon. So really, really useful. Yeah, we'll go through a couple more of these ones. Aura Energy. You can attach this card to one of your Pokemon and it gives you any colour energy you need, but only one at a time. So that's good. Twin Energy, as long as this card is attached to a Pokemon that isn't a Pokemon V or a GX, it provides 2 colourless energy. When I talk about colourless energy, generally Pokemon will have particular energy costs. So for this Dedenne, for example, if I wanted to do the static shock damage, I wouldn't be able to use Twin Energy because this is a Pokemon that's a GX. I would need 1 electric energy and 1 colourless, and colourless means any colour. So if I had 2 electricity, that would be fine. If I had 1 electricity and 1 leaf, that would be fine because it's treated as a colourless energy. It could be anything. So a little bit more of information for you there. Green's Exploration. Supporter card. You can play this card only if you have no Pokemon with abilities in play. So if you were using Dedenne GX, it has the ability up here. You can't use it. Search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So again, really good for finding other trainers that you might need to use later on. Let's say a welder or anything like that. You'll probably see that in fire decks as well. And Professor's Research, discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Self-explanatory. If you've not got much going for you, you could discard those cards, draw 7, and it might then give you more opportunities to get your Pokemon to where you need it to attack. There's a couple of other ones in there, but I'm not going to dwell on those anymore. So we'll just shift them over there. I know they're not sleeved, I'll be sleeving them in a bit. But we do come back to our little box. And you get a stack of energy. Don't need that. You also get 2 books, Trainers Toolkit, a deck builder's guide, and then the trading card game rules. I've gone through most of how to use the cards, but this is a really good thing to have a read through and explain what to do. This thing, I haven't actually said the cost of it, normally around £30. I think I picked this one up for 32 from Game. They do still have some stock online as well, so it is a worthy thing to have if you are starting out. You get some dice as well, your markers, get no end of them with all these packs. But then you do get some booster packs as well. So we've got an Unbroken Bonds, Sword and Shield, and 2 Rebel Clash. So that's really cool. I'm going to leave the Unbroken Bonds till last because it's not a set that I really particularly got into. But Rebel Clash, we've opened a lot of those, so into Rebel Clash we go. Guys, I hope you're enjoying this video and the explanations of how to use some of the cards when you actually play the game. If you are enjoying it, please do consider subscribing. Doesn't cost you anything, just hit that subscribe button on YouTube. The like button as well would be greatly appreciated. We have a Psychic Energy, Turffield Stadium, saw that one earlier, Lombre, Howlucha, Arrokuda, come on, Stuffle, Lotad, Growlithe, Roly-Coly, a Vulpix reverse holographic, and a Trevenant looking all scary. Weird Pokemon. I mean, Phantump, the thing that it evolves from, is cute-ish, but that is scary. Let's go for Leaf Energy. Hey, nice. Happy days. Medicam, Beware. We've got a Speed Energy again, we saw that earlier, so that was from the Rebel Clash set. Applin, Galarian Darumaka, Bunnelby, Vulpix. There's Phantump, so if you're unsure of some Pokemon evolutions, you might not have seen these before. Trevenant evolves from Phantump, and you can see that there's a little Phantump there. So a little bit of information for you guys. Clefable, reverse holographic, and a Whiscash non-holographic. On to Sword and Shield we go. Oh dear, it's another green card. Terrible box, but that's just the way it is. We have Water Energy, a Dottler, Galarian Stunfisk, Raboot, Galarian Meowth, Smooth Fingers, Scorbunny, my favourite from Sword and Shield in terms of the starters, Maractus, oh, we had a Pikachu, Pokekid, and a Raichu. That's actually one card I don't think I have, which is a surprise, but I will check that later. Have opened quite a lot of Sword and Shield, so last pack to end this video. Here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Water. Dark. We've got a Cleffa looking cute. I really like that card. He's so cheeky. Or she. Don't really know what it is. Giovanni's Exile. It doesn't matter. Graveler. Doing some kind of dancing with a hairpiece. Lovely. Bellsprout. Diglett. That's quite cool. We've got Giovanni in the background looking all mean. Poliwag. Rhyhorn. Reverse holographic Weezing. There's got to be artwork by my favourite artist, Uyama. It is, because it looks really cartoony and derpy. I like that. And a Persian non-holographic. So never mind. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that instructional video today. And we will see you again very, very soon on the next episode. Take care. Bye.